Hey there, mystical souls. Thank you so much for joining me tonight for tonight's Tuesday live astrology readings. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Patricia Tate. I am your astrologer. I specialize in combining evolutionary, traditional, and Western astrology. The evolutionary is when you look back at the past and you identify like themes that are either repeated by karma and brought into what is going on in this lifetime. And traditional is basically how we like blend it all together. So thank you for liking and subscribing. I appreciate everybody being here. I am going to focus on tonight's thank goodness, Jupiter finally stationing direct, and we have the North Node conjunct with Neptune, and Venus has now shifted into the sign of Aries. For those of you who are interested in learning more, you can check out my Patreon community. I offer 2 lives and daily updates on things. There is a link in the comments down below for the different I'm so sorry. I am tongue-tied tonight. I have had my second cup of tea. I should not have had this much caffeine. If you would like to learn more, check out my Patreon community. There's 3 different Patreon tiers for exclusive content and resources. There's a 1-week trial membership, so you can check that on out afterwards. If you are interested in having a private consultation, you can go visit my website for the different options that are there. So if you'd like to get into tonight's Q, there is the QR code right there. It is a $40 PayPal donation, and I need your exact date, time, and location of birth. So would love to know who is here. Hey, Sue Loves Astrology. How are you tonight? As jacked up on caffeine as I am, I'm telling you, I have been like extremely like emotional, like feeling my feels, and because Jupiter's retrograde and there's all this, Mars retrograde, all of this energy. And then this morning, Jupiter then stations to go direct. And it was like this fog started to lift, and then Venus shifts into Aries. Venus is the planet, the goddess of love and beauty, and wants to bring people, places, and things together. And so in the sign of Aries is, let's initiate it. Let's make this happen. And so it was kind of like the floodgates are starting to open up, and it's all at one time. And I was not exactly prepared for everything that was to come because things have been slow and stagnant. And so now we have, and this Leo full moon that's going to be happening. Oh, it's going to happen on your vertex. Oh, look, this Leo full moon, I'm a Leo. And this Leo full moon is not exactly my favorite. This Leo full moon is going to be square to Uranus. So Leo, where we're showy and flashy and playful and fun and joyful. And then it's intense because it's our feelings, it's our emotions, it's like inside, and the inside comes out and square to Uranus. And so this is like pushing us past. I look at every square as not just difficult, but as an opportunity to push past something that was difficult in order to grow, change, and evolve. And let me see what else going. I hope you hear back from positive work as Jupiter is now direct. Hey, Mups, glad that you are in here. About to join you and get I'm telling you, my second cup. I'm like highly caffeinated tonight. You probably didn't all need to know that. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what is going on in the sky. First thing we have is Jupiter stationing direct. I absolutely love this. Remember that Jupiter is the planet of abundance, and when direct, it is moving forward, and in the sign of Gemini, it's in many, many different directions. Gemini rules our mind, our thoughts, our ideas. And so now things are going to start to definitely watch the news, everything that has to do with science and technology and AI. It's going to just explode with the information. It's going to be information overload. And then we have Venus now moving into Aries. Now what's important about this is Venus moving into Aries, it's going to be here for a long time. Venus was in Pisces, moves into Aries, so this is the area of which Venus is going to be covering when she stations retrograde. And her retrogrades are rough. Remember, she's the goddess of love. She wants to bring people, places, and things together. And when she's retrograde, she literally tears things apart, takes things apart, dissects things. So there's things in your life that you are initiating, going over, and then there's going to be, it's 40 days and 40 nights of Venus retrograde coming up. It will actually start the beginning of March, but like we are right now in the shadow period of everything that's about to change because of eclipses. And so we have the North Node being conjunct with Neptune, and the North Node, it symbolizes our collective, our individual karmic path. It represents where we're headed, where we want to gobble up or get more energy. It amplifies everything that it touches, and it encourages growth, expansion. It wants us to step outside of our comfort zones. And then it's conjunct, meaning they're merging their energy with the planet of Neptune. Neptune rules our dreams, our intuition, our spirituality, our transcendence. Neptune, it governs our connection to the unseen. It's about the divine, the creative, our flow of life. And so it's in the sign of Pisces, its own home sign. And so Neptune's energy here is extremely heightened. It's embodying compassion and imagination and the pursuit of higher truths. And when these two energies come together, it's extremely emotional. It's a lot of mental intensity. It's restlessness. It's vivid dreams. It's yearning for this deeper connection to like find your tribe, to be connected with people that on a spiritual soul level. And there can be moments of overwhelm. Like I'm telling you, I have just been up in my feels of knowing a sense of being lost or unsure about your direction, but knowing that you have to like let go, let flow, and follow your intuition, because people lie and energy doesn't. You know, this is about a spiritual awakening with people. This is a potential for profound insights and these creative breakthroughs for everyone. And it's a renewed connection with everyone to be connected to their higher self. So a lot is going on, and I'm super excited to be talking about this and sharing. Hey, Ellen. Oh, you are from Colorado Springs. Yay. I am going to be hopefully heading into that area. Well, it's going to have to be warm. Like we are in Ocotillo, California, like the lowest, like we're kind of close to the border, and it's beautiful, sunny, it's warm. I'm not quite sure how long we're going to stay here, but just following the flow. I met today, like when I say that the floodgates kind of opened, I had someone stop me today and say, I love it when people like, so I have a wheel cover on my Jeep. It talks about astrology and where to find me. This woman, she stops me and says, hey, I'm a Scorpio, or I'm a Pisces sun. Okay, I love it when people know what their sun and their top three. And not only Pisces sun, she's a Scorpio moon. Like, I just know I'm going to be, I know I'm going to love to connect with this woman. I am on this path that just says, hey, let's connect. Let's find our tribe. So loving all of you. Ellen, you know I do have your birth information, so yes, I do. All right, so let me pull up the chart and let me just show you what I mean by this little pileup that's going on. We have all of this Aquarius energy, and we have all of this Pisces, and right here, okay, I'm gonna have a video come out on this. I think it comes out in the next day or so, because this becomes exact on February 7th. So like we are merging into it, we're leaning into it, and it's the North Node. Remember, the planets go one way and the nodes go the opposite way, and so this is a clash of the titans where they're like merging their energy. Hey, gay magician, how are you? It is not too late for you to give your birth information. I am just on here chatting right now about what's going on. I haven't even gotten into the charts. So as soon as I'm done with this, I will jump into the charts. So if you guys know your top 3, I would love to hear what they are and like, where are you? Like, let's talk about where are we in the world today? All right, so this is the Aquarius energy. Okay, let me clean this up. This is the Aquarius energy. We have the Sun, Mercury, and Pluto. Everything has to pass Pluto. Like, Pluto is like the test. Remember, it's going to be here for many years. And so Aquarius energy is shock and surprise and get the word out. Like, it's change, it's grow, evolve. And so Sun and Mercury here, like literally highlighting our minds. I always say that Aquarius is like the hive mind. It's, I want to be myself and unique, but I also want to be part of the hive. I want to be able to collaborate and communicate with other people. Now, this energy here, this is my Pisces puddle, and I'm calling this like the next video. Actually, the video is going to be coming out, it's going to be closer to the 18th, because when the Sun comes into Pisces, we're going to have Mercury here move into Pisces, and it will be here February 14th. And then by the 18th, we're going to have Sun, Mercury, Saturn, Neptune, North Node. That's a lot of energy. I don't think it's happened in, okay, I think I was trying to go back like many years, and I hadn't seen it. And so I could probably Google it. It's just not going to happen right now. But this Pisces pileup, it is taking everything that we have right now with the North Node conjunct Neptune, saying, let's dream, let's move in the right direction, let's have compassion, let's have love, let's raise the vibration, let's find our tribe, let's heal. Now there's drawbacks that come to it, absolutely, but we have Saturn here. And so, yeah, be looking for that video. I'm super excited about that one. Gay Magician, I am so glad that you are watching my videos. Oh, look, I love your name. I love your name. Okay, I got your information there. I appreciate you sending the PayPal. Hey, Barney, Mary Little, Greenwood, Indiana. I hope you're staying warm there, my friend. I'm hoping that everybody is finding that today brings a little bit more of positive energy. We are edging closer to Mars getting out of its retrograde, and we are in these waters, these Piscean waters of change, of growth, of evolution. Know that this is the month that leads us up to the eclipse season, and then we're going to have all the signs switch. All the planets switch signs. We had Pluto in November. All the rest of them will do it in 2025. That's why 2025 is so pivotal. It is the year of change. If you think and you feel like things are unstable, it's because they are. Things are it's like the waves and the current, and you cannot fight what do they call the undertow that pulls you out? You don't fight it. You just take a deep breath and you flow with it, because it carries you where you're supposed to be going. And so 2025 is going to be a year of growth and evolution and change for everyone who's not afraid to let go, let flow. When we hold on to things too tightly because we're afraid of change, the world moves on without us. And so this is a time. This is our time to grow, change, and evolve. All right, so let me take a look and see who is in the queue right now. Okay. Okay. Okay, the Gay Magician is right. Okay, I do have your information here, Gay Magician. Oh, no, you can't fight the current. Okay. Well, let me transition out of this. Let me pull up your chart. Know that I'm a slow and steady kind of gal because I'm ruled by Mercury. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can minimize this. And of course, Mother, give me a hot second. I should have minimized it to begin with because I can't see your birth data.
September 25th, 1991.
Okay, hold on.
September 25th, 1991.
Hold on.
12:13 a.m.
Nope, go back again. September what?
25th,
Got it.
1991.
And the time.
12:13 a.m.
And
East Meadow, New York.
New York. I got that. Let me see if it takes it. Oh, I love it. Okay. Okay. My favorite gay magician. Let me pull this up for everybody. Okay, so I don't ever remember working with you, so I first like to do an overview of your chart and show you what I see. Holy mackerel, you're a Pisces rising, so like buckle up because this is going to be a year and a half for you. And okay, I don't know how much you know about your astrology, but I want to talk about this cross here. This is intense. Hold on. Okay. So I'm going to start from the beginning because I'm not 100% sure what you know. Your north node is the direction in which you were supposed to be moving towards in this lifetime. Your south node down here, I'm going to circle everything for you. Okay, the south node, if you believe in past lives, is where you've come from. And so you've got your north node in Capricorn, your south node in Cancer. Very intense, ruled by the moon. Like we could go on and on and on about that. Oh, I'm so sorry. September. Oh, hold on. Let me check to make sure. Mother, hold on. I'm not supposed to cuss on here. Good Lord. Good friggin' Lord. Hold on. Give me a hot second. Because I think... There we go. Oh, much better. Okay. Let me get rid of all this. Thank you, Gay Magician, because I don't want to start off on the wrong foot. And now I have you in the right time zone. Oh. Let me pull it up. You said Cancer rising, right? Got it. All right. Still the Grand Cross. Okay. All right. Let me start off by, I want to talk about this. This is intense energy. And this is your south node, still rolled in the sign of Cancer, where you've come from, where you lost everything. The south node, we always look to it to be negative to begin with. And so where you've come from, where you lost everything, lost your identity, lost who you were. Cancer, most likely a feminine, most likely a female, or lost everything because of a woman. And you lost everything to, something that had to do with home, family. This is a square, which is... this is a hard aspect, which whenever you have one, they call it a misstep. You have two. You have the moon in square with your south node and your north node, meaning it is you have decided that in this lifetime you are going to move forward at a faster pace, skip a lot of things, and then as your lessons come, they will come hard and fast, and then it'll get easy, and then hard and fast, because when anything activates your moon, your south node Mars, or your north node conjunct Neptune, it literally lights up your chart. It creates hard aspects where you have to pivot, shift, grow, change, and evolve immediately. The opposition is this opposes me. Squares create these tense points where you are forced to pivot and to change. Having your south node in the sign of Cancer, again, I said you lost everything. In this lifetime, you are supposed to be looking for being more Capricorn-like. in your partnerships. The seventh house represents you plus everybody else. And so you are in this lifetime working towards, how can I look at others, and not just look at others, but pick my partners, best friends, significant others, clients. Remember that the seventh house is not just about people that we connect with for love and romance, but it's also contractual. And so you are supposed to think more with your head and less with your heart. Easier said than done, because you have Neptune here. Neptune blurs everything. It blends everything. It dissolves boundaries. It opposes you, meaning you're going to have some of the same lessons in your past that will repeat themselves in this lifetime, and that you will have to overcome those hurdles again, but in a different light. I look at it as when things go wrong in a past life, and we look at our life and we say, you know what? I want to do over on this, this, and this. And I'm going to bring these people back into play. Some of these people are women or feminine energy, and some of them are Mars-like, war, anger, masculine energy. Like, you're getting it, the two different extremes at the same time, to, like, you're bringing them back in. You're saying, I'm going to redo this, and I want it to be blurry and foggy in order to follow my intuition, to move myself forward. Knowing this, the positives that can come from this. When you're looking at all partnerships, relationships, clients, friendships, business partners, if you are finding this balance between your head and your heart, we look to Saturn. Saturn rules Capricorn. It's at 0 degrees in the sign of Aquarius. 0 is an anaretic degree, meaning you've never done it. You're just like a newbie at this. In the sign of Aquarius, I love Aquarius energy. It's like, let your freak flag fly. And it's in your 8th house. The 8th house represents you connected with other people, places, and things. This is like with your material resources. It's the house of sex. It's the house of healing after some form of trauma, or like a death. The 8th house is healing after some kind of loss. And so you are saying, how do I do things differently? How do I think outside the box? How do I merge and blend these energies together? How do I safeguard myself when working with other people, when merging my energy, when like for business or for pleasure? The 7th house is also open enemies and exes. It's where we sign documents and collaborate. And so you having to follow all of that, it's hard to navigate. And being a sun in the sign of Libra, look, sun in the Libra, they're people pleasers. They're naturally beautiful. They're just naturally, they're the scales. You are the scales. Naturally good looking. You pay attention to what people say. You pay attention to, and you want to bring people together, not just for love, but for collaboration. And it's in your 4th house of home and family. And so you're the peacekeeper. And how do you become a peacekeeper? The Saturn in Aquarius is, I have to think outside the box. I have to get creative with this, because the way that I was doing things isn't going to work in this lifetime. And it's always going to be changing, evolving, and growing. Like, what you did last week will probably not work in another month. Like, it's always having to be like staying on top of the wheel. I'm hoping all of this makes sense. All right, I want to talk about like where we are. Yes, pivot, shift, evolve immediately has been my life theme. Oh, I hear you. I hear you. Okay. I'm going to pull up like where your transits are right now. And because if you understand that, then you understand more about, hold on, where we are going. There we go. All right. So remember that you have that hard square. And so Venus, let me see, what do I want to talk about first? I think I want to talk about this, and I want to talk about this. I'm going to circle everything so I don't forget. And this and this. Okay, so I'm going to start up here. This is going to be this Pisces pileup. Pisces is watery, intuitive, psychic. It's pretty darn close to your MC. The MC in somebody's chart is, what do I need in order to succeed for my career, my job, my legacy, my reputation? Having your MC in your 9th house means you need to connect with foreign people, places, and things. It's about taking a class, taking a workshop, teaching a class. It's about religion and spirituality. It's connecting with visas and passports. It's having an open mind. It's your spiritual tribe. And so the North Node with Neptune is you dreaming about, where do I want to go? Where do I fit in? How does this work? The North Node has just shifted. It went into Pisces, and the South Node moving into Virgo. I think like 6 weeks ago. And so this is an 18-month cycle. And so Neptune conjunct this is moving you towards, I have to follow my dreams. Now Saturn is going to be here that says, hey, you need to ground this energy in, and Mercury and the Sun are going to come in here. But I want to talk about what opposes all of this. Your personal Mercury. Mercury is thoughts, ideas, communication in the sign of Virgo. It's, I feel like I'm always taking care of other people. I'm trying to share this information. And Virgo doesn't always take care of themselves. They're meticulous. They can be nitpicky. They can be like, I'm a Virgo rising, so I'm just letting you like the positives and the negatives that can go with this. The South Node here says, I have to let go and release all the negative qualities that come with the way that I communicate and Virgo energy. Being too hard on myself, not taking care of myself, not putting my wants, needs, and desires of self-care to the front. Having the North Node in your 9th house is a focus on, I need to be connected with others, publishing, traveling, all of these things. And how am I going to get this done? I want you to look at the Aquarius energy. Having Pluto in your 8th house, it's going to be there for the next, I think, 20 years. Like Pluto in Aquarius, it just moved into it like November. And so Pluto in Aquarius is this energy that says there was a seed that was planted many, many years ago, and now is the time that it's fertile and it's time to grow. And think of it as fall, when all the leaves come off and the ground decomposes and like it turns into mulch, and then spring comes and then the seeds grow. The 8th house is a difficult house because it has to do with healing after trauma. It's about our connections of who do we trust? How do we trust? What does trust look like? It's about power struggles. Where do we feel like we don't have power? Where do we need to take back our power? You have the Sun and Mercury and Pluto here. Now, Pluto, let me clean this up. Pluto is only 2 degrees off of your Saturn. Remember, Saturn, you've not done this before. And so Pluto is saying you need healthy boundaries. What does that look like? Healthy boundaries within friendships and connections with others. All of this, like boundaries, healthy boundaries. That's what's going to help you to move forward. I want to talk about, I'm going to skim on over here to Mars. Now, this is 19 degrees and it's currently retrograde. Mars has, it went through, it went through Cancer, it went into Leo, it went forward, and now it's taking its retrograde cycle back. It crossed over your Chiron wound, so we can go back to something that happened to you at or around the age of 6 years old and say, what happened? And how are you working through that with your self-worth and the second house? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm looking at the comments. Yes, and whatever I did today will not work tomorrow. You just know it, yeah. And you grew up in, absent mother. Right, okay, I wasn't going to say that because a square to the moon is feminine energy. I mean, I threw that out there, but what it really means is you square with that person. There's conflict with the mother or feminine energy that's in your life. No father. And yes, my circle consists of mostly female. I love my Virgos. Lots of friends have Virgo sun or rising. See, I have a Virgo rising. Like, I'm all about that. Hey, Mops. Yep. He does sound like a good sex therapist. Absolutely. All right. Yeah. And I know you don't know what boundaries are, but you are working on those boundaries. And so having Mars in your 4th house in the sign of Libra also meant that you were the peacekeeper. Mars can be violence. Mars is angry, and it's sharp, and it's cutting, and it's biting, like mean words and things. And so you were always trying to be the peacekeeper, and I'm sorry about that. I feel that. Like, when I look, I should have started off by saying thank you for trusting me, because when I look at your chart, I literally see your birth plan that you came into this lifetime to work through the good and the difficult. And so knowing that you are further along on your path, that when you have these years behind you, you can look at this as this growth opportunity of where you've grown, changed, and evolved. When you have enough years around the sun, you can look at your life and say, that didn't work. I'm seeing a pattern here. How do I work with this energy? How do I shift? Hey, shiny gems. So glad that you are here. All right, Game Magician, you do respect everybody else's boundaries and will always get out of my way to get to know my friends, clients, colleagues, strangers. I hear you. Okay, and in 2020, you had cosmetic surgery. Oh, I'm so sorry. Look, okay, can we talk about surgery for just a second? Always follow Mars if you're going to have surgery, because Mars is cutting and severing. And so, it left you in pain till this day. You're in the middle of a malpractice lawsuit that has finally started rolling. Had the deposition last week. Okay. Mars going back, it's on top of your south node. How do I let go? How do I release? All of these things. I am really sorry about that. I think that things are going to open up when Mars does move direct. If you knew, like, we could literally track the date. Anytime somebody has like a marriage or an event like surgery, it's an event chart. And so we can literally plan for the best opportune times to do these things. And things happen. And then how do we work with it? And so right now, with Mars still going retrograde in your 1st house of identity, you are saying with your south node, I need to release, I need to let go, something that has to do with the way that you look, something that has to do with your identity, and pain. And I really believe that when Mars moves forward, all of this will work out, especially in the form of money, because Mars will have to go through Leo. In your 2nd house of money, cash, property. So I'm hoping all of this makes sense, Game Magician. I am sending you heartfelt love. And if you want to dive in more, definitely join me on Patreon, or you can, like, we can do a private one-on-one consult. All right. Sending you hugs, sending you love. All right. Let me see who is next in the queue. Hey, Ellen, super glad that you are here. Pulling up your chart now. Hoping you are well. And there you are. All right. You know, I always like to, oh, that's right, you do have that square. That's such a tough square, Ellen. I always like to, like, look at it a little bit ahead of time. All right, Ellen, let's talk about this. Question. Wait a minute, I don't understand the question. Oh. Oh, Venus, it was all Venus hitting your natal north node, Chiron and Venus retrograde. Oh, look, I like Venus on the north node. I'm going to go into that. Let me circle that so I can bring that up. And then Venus retrograde. All right, I'm ready. I hear your question. I now see it. All right. Ellen, okay, Venus. Remember that Venus is the goddess of love and beauty. And, okay, remember that I color code all of my charts. Red is fire. And this is in a fellow fire sign. So we know that this is a harmonious aspect. We also know that Venus is going to go retrograde 40 days and 40 nights, whatever she's putting together, she's going to ask you to release. Venus moving towards Aries in your North Node. Now remember, you just had a nodal return. And so you are moving towards what I want. What does Ellen want? I need to be thinking about myself. I need to be putting my wants, my needs, my desires first. Remember, yours is at 0, conjunct with, like, yours is intense. It's conjunct your Chiron. It's also opposing your Neptune, your Uranus, your South Node in your 3rd house of who you're communicating with. And it's in a square to your moon. So it feels like all of this work that you moved towards, Venus is going to say, let's bring together more abundance. And then Venus is going to say, is everything exactly how you want it? Or what do I need to get? I use my retrogrades to work with me, knowing that you are starting some new things now. Venus wants to bring people, places, and things together. This is money. This is resources. Remember, she's the goddess of love and beauty, and she likes fine things. And so this is traveling, and it's education and cross-cultural experiences. All of the work that you've done, Venus is saying, keep moving towards this. Where do you want to travel? Where do you want to go? What do you want to explore? What do you want to experience? It does oppose Jupiter in Libra. Where are you making concessions for other people? Where are you not putting yourself first? Venus is going to move forward until the beginning of March. I believe it's March 1st. And then the retrograde for, like, I'm serious, 40 days straight of she will start in Aries and then she will retrograde back into Pisces. I believe she goes up to 10 degrees. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of all of this so we can talk. She's going to go all the way up to your sun. She's going to bring abundance to what you want to do, where you want to go, who you are, what you want to initiate. I, Ellen, need to I want to go there. I want to do this. I want to explore this. I want to launch something. Be cautious about legal matters. When the 9th house is legal matters, it's publishing, it's things that connect you to foreign people, places, and things far and wide. And so know that Venus is going to move forward over this. And then as she goes backwards, she's going to activate your sun again. And she's going to say, do you need this? Do you want this? Are you doing this for you, or are you doing this for somebody else? You need to be thinking about yourself first, putting your wants, your needs, your desires first, making sure that things are fair and equitable, making sure that you are moving in this direction. She will go all the way back into the sign of Pisces. Pisces is your 8th house. It represents debt, collective debt, like something that you have with other people. It's alimony, child support, wills, it's investments, it's people that you are connected to with, like, it could be exes, it could be business partners, it could be family members with these shared resources, like with a will or something. So when Venus goes back into Pisces, things are going to get really murky. Like really murky. Pisces energy is, I have to close my eyes and feel my way through it because I really believed that person was going to do the right thing. I trusted. And I'm saying that if your spidey senses or your gut or your instinct says that something is wrong, you need to trust it. You need to follow through with it. When Venus goes to dissect, cut, and sever, when she goes through the sign of Pisces, that can be a time when you can say, all right, I want to take apart these contracts. I don't like them. It could be where your money is invested, and you can say, I'm going to cash this out, or I want to move this money over to here. Let's say that there's investments that you have with somebody else. That will be a time when you're going to have to say, I'm going to be in charge of this. I'm going to follow my gut instinct, and I'm not going to put this where you say I should put it. I'm going to follow my intuition. I take the lead on the retrograde. Pisces, Venus rules over your 3rd house of communication And Venus also rules over your job, your career, your reputation, your legacy. So we know that this has to do with where you are connected with other people, where you want to go, things that you want to do, and it's going to be central to you, the sun. And so as Venus is like moving forward, notice everything that's going on. I would go back 2 weeks. I would go back 2 weeks and say, what has changed with me, with other people? Remember, the 8th house is it's your debt, it's your obligations, that it's inheritances, wills, it's also sex, it's transformation. Maybe you go back into, like, let's say that there was something traumatic that happened and there was a trigger. Okay, I'm going to use an example. I was out and about and I was shopping and I heard a voice from the past that I hadn't heard in a long time, since I was a child. And immediately I was that child again. Immediately I found myself afraid and I was not in a position to like process everything that was going on. And I had it put me in a state of fear. And I said, okay, I need to tap back into that counseling. I need to understand, where is this coming from? It's like a layer was like opened up again. A wound is opened up again. And Pisces wants to heal it. And the only way that you can heal it is to remove the bandage. And so it's about diving into our own psyche. And so having Venus in Pisces going back over, it's saying, for me, I went on and got my master's in counseling and thought, okay, I'm good. I am like so good. No, that doesn't mean I don't have triggers. It doesn't mean that I don't revisit things that have happened to me. It means that now I acknowledge it and I try to be proactive and I confront it and say, I'm going to be in charge of this. I'm not going to let somebody else be in charge of my, like, things that are going on with me. I'm hoping all of this makes sense, because when she moves direct, it's you taking control, and I'm loving that for you. All right, let me make sure. New job, which I love, and I'm loving that this is for your, like the new job and everything. All right, is this making all sense to you? Look, Venus, when she stations retrograde, she's like a scorned lover. She's like a woman who's just found out that she's been cheated on, and she goes in and she just rips and tears things apart. And so in order to be proactive, you have to say, what do I want taken apart or dissected? What do I want to be changed? What do I, like, I'm going to be in charge of my growth. Like the 8th house revolving around topics that have to do with sex, the occult. It has to do with topics that have to do with bankruptcy and losses. The 8th house is a fear of where I lose control. And it's about power struggles. Who has power over you? Where do you have power? So I'm hoping all of this makes sense. Oh yeah, this can definitely appear in your dreams. So yeah, I pay attention to, like, I'm a dreamer. Like, my dreams never lie. And so definitely having the North Node in Pisces is extremely, it's because it's conjunct the Neptune right now. Everybody should be having active dreams. Everybody. All right, I'm sending you a big hug because there's a lot of things that are going on with you. Know that you are going to have this full moon. I'm going to give you one more little heads up. Okay, remember that you got the sun in your partnership, and you're going to have a full moon in your 7th house. Sorry. This is going to be a square. The moon is going to be down here. Oh, you can't even see it. For crying in a friggin' bucket. Hold on. There we go. Hold on. All right. Your sun is here, and your moon is going to be here by the full moon. This square is going to be to Uranus. There's going to be something that comes up with your feelings, your intuition, your self-expression, you being seen, and something that has to do with somebody else. This could be a client, a business partner, something else. And the square is Uranus. The square is like the release point of where does it go. Uranus is a wild card. You can't plan on it. I would love to say that, yeah, this will, you know, like it'll be something that we know it'll be something that has to do with job, career, reputation, legacy, but we can't pinpoint it because Uranus is the wild card. Expect the unexpected. I look at the tension point as you will have reached a breaking point with something and something has to shift and change. And it can be for the best. It can be for growth. I believe that squares push us in order to, for growth and for change. So little heads up on that one. It's coming, girlfriend. It's a coming. All right. So let me see who is next. Yep. Sending you hugs. All right. Let me see who is next in the queue. Oh, hey, Melanie. Glad you are here. Thank you for waiting. Give me a hot second to take care of this. Because I'm ruled by Mercury, I'm always a slow and steady kind of gal, trying to check and double check. Oh, you're from Ohio. That is my hometown. Oh my God. Oh, I do. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. A lot has changed. Okay. What is my new purpose? Let's talk about your purpose, Melanie. Let's talk about your purpose. Okay. So first off, I want to say thank you. Thank you for being here. All right. You've been caring for your husband with Alzheimer's. I am so sorry about that. I'm very familiar with Alzheimer's, with family members, and in astrology, when somebody gets Alzheimer's and dementia, they believe that the thought is that they're closer to the other realm than they are to this earthly realm. And I know that that doesn't make it any easier. And then he passed away. Oh God, you're okay with allowing yourself space and grace to grieve, but had been in a cocoon all of January. Oh, okay. We've all been in a horrible cocoon, but you worse than others. And so first off, let me say that I'm so sorry for his passing. And yeah. All right, I'm looking at your chart and I can like see things already. So I'm gonna pull up the bi-wheel. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of this and pull up the bi-wheel. I wanna let's shine a light and have some positive to move towards. All right, girlfriend. I want to talk about this and this. All right. I don't know how much we've talked in the past about your north node and your south node. The north node moving into, like I, Melanie, need to be focused on my career, my job, my reputation, my legacy, all of these things. And also caring for other people, self-care. And then the south node in the sign of Pisces. Look, yours is conjunct your sun. And so that's intense energy of, okay, I'm going to go into that a little bit because I don't know if we've ever talked about it. Having, oh, shiny gems, thanks. God, shiny gems, you know I love you. God, shiny gems. You got my back, girlfriend. Thank you, because you know I'm seeing it, and you know I'm writing on it. All right. Thanks, shiny gems. I love you. All right, so let me go back. Your south node in Pisces conjunct your sun, and Mercury is close, but I'm not going to add that into it. The south node is I lost everything that had to do with my home. It was watery. It was intuitive. You like your intuition was spot on, but like lost everything. And in this lifetime, how do I work towards my career, my job, my legacy, my reputation? Who am I going to be in this lifetime? Like the south node is ruled by Jupiter and Neptune. Let me circle some more things here for you. Neptune in your 12th house, meaning you probably are very intuitive, very psychic, active dreams, read people's energy. That's what you're coming in with. That's what you know, feel. That's what you have already. And so that's what you can work towards. How do I use this in this lifetime to move in a direction for healing? So this north node here and this south node here, all right, this is a little convoluted. You are having a nodal opposition. I want you to think of a nodal opposition as like you and I were in a car together and you're driving and I'm like, Melanie, tell me what's been going on in your life. Like, let's go back 9 years. And you're like, oh, Patricia, let me tell you. I'm like, Melanie, what do you want to take with you? Like, we're driving. As we pass by things, do you want to leave it in the past? Do you want to put it in the trunk and think about it? Do you want to carry it with you? Do you want to put it in the back seat? Do you want to put it in next to me? Or do you want to put it in front of you? And you're like, I don't know. And you start to turn around. I'm like, don't turn around. That window, we're not going that way. You can look in the rearview mirror, but you need to be focused on the big front windshield here. You need to be focused on your direction. And a nodal opposition says, what have I been doing? Where have I been? Where have I been? What's been going on in my life? Now what do I do? What has worked for me? What do I want to salvage? What do I want to carry with me? What do I want to bring into this next chapter of my life? It's literally an opportunity to revisit your past, and literally you will be. Over the next 18 months, you're going to be going back over things that you've done in the past, what has worked for you in the past, and where do I want to go? I was working with someone who was in recovery, and I said, know that you will have people, places, and things from your past revisit you, and you will have a choice to stay sober or not. And so, you know, they're at the mall, and then they run into a person who, a partner who was not a healthy partner, and then a drug dealer would, like, they had cleaned out their phone. Like, there were all of these things over the last 18 months that was tapping back to them saying, do you want to come back here? Is this the life that you want? They also had a lot of positive things, people and places and things that they had met that said, come with us. This is where I want to go. You're going to have a lot of choices over the next 18 months that it's going to be activated by the eclipses. You have right now, right here with Neptune and the North Node focused on your home. What do you want? Your home should be one for healing and solace and spirituality and comfort and joy and peace. And this is like, I want to create something. What is it that you want to create? This is the direction in which, like, you are moving towards. Now, what are you releasing? Service to other people. Virgo requires us to take care of ourselves, but Virgo also is the caregiver to the point where the caregiver gives and gives and gives, and it turns into a form of slavery. Like, Virgo can be slavery. And it's, where has certain things in your life taken you away from the best life that you can live? And how do you release that? And how do you move towards your best and highest good? Like, there's so much out there for you, and you creating a home, an emotional, a foundation that is a sanctuary, a safe place for you to explore, meet other people that are like-minded. I'm hoping all of this makes sense. Let me see. Let's see. Okay. You're okay with me? I also took care of my mom. Okay, she passed away July. Girlfriend, holy mackerel. Can we talk about self-care and self-preservation? All right. Okay, remember that I have Pluto in my first house. I say the truth, so I'm trying to be kind and gentle. That I want you to focus on you. What is it that you want? You are being given a gift. You're in the car and I'm next to you and I'm saying, Melanie, where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Let's go explore. Well, how do you want your house to look? Like, let's explore something. Spirituality, religion, a drum circle, tapping, a sound bath, like anything that brings you some type of healing. This is creating a foundation. The fourth house is about traditions. It's about your genealogy. It's your living situation. Okay, I'm so glad that you are financially safe. Now, what do you want to explore and do? Pisces is finding your soul tribe, your spiritual tribe. It's about elevating our energy and connecting with other people. You tapping back into your intuition, your psychic abilities, your dreams, the Akashic records, past life regressions. You can tap into any of that, and it won't be learning. It'll be remembering. There'll be this difference that'll come up. And so I'm encouraging you to find this. Oh, you're alone. You can take classes and workshops and find tribes that, look, join me on Patreon. Become part of my tribe. I'm so glad that you are here with me now. This is a time that Pisces energy is watery. It's how do we find each other and to be separate. Pisces is like a jellyfish that just floats wherever the water takes it. I'm encouraging you to create something that at home that is safe and secure, but also being able to connect with other people. Phone, Zoom, something that is closer to your home. Thank you, Shiny Gems. The group on Patreon is we are our own community, and so I'm really try it for a week free, and then if I'm not the right space, I so understand. I want you to find your tribe. Everybody should be connecting to their tribe, to their people. That's what Pisces is. Pisces is wandering but not lost, and that's what you are. You're wandering and not lost. And so, connecting with your tribe. I'm going to bring up this Aquarius energy. Having this energy going on in your third house is things that are closer to home, classes, workshops. It's also thinking outside the box in order to make these things happen. It's how do I? It's not just giving up. It's saying, can I go to my local library? Can I travel there? Is it short distance? Or do I want to go on a women's, there's women's solo trips that are out there. There's things that are available, and I'm urging you, and I'm saying that you and I are in this car together, and we're looking forward, and I'm saying, Melanie, look at the rearview mirror. That is the past. We're on our last third. Let's enjoy it. Let's step into it. All right. Let's see. I also, look, Jupiter, I'm going to give you, Jupiter is moving direct in your 7th house now, today. Thank goodness today. Feeling it. The 7th house is you connecting up with not foreign people, places and things. Sorry. The 7th house is you plus other people. And it's friends, it's clients, it's consultations, it's you with everybody else. And so I'm really encouraging you to step outside of your comfort zone. And whether you're doing things at home and alone, in private, or whether you are doing it through email, phone, text, or Zoom. So sending you air hugs, like your world is going to be shifting in 2025. It's you finding your spiritual tribe, and how do you connect with these people? I do want to give you a heads up, having the North Node in your 4th house can also mean a move over the next 18 months. So it could mean downsizing or a different home or something that could be going on with that. All right, you don't work with it. Mops, right? She does have a chance to reinvent herself, because that's what this is. That's what a nodal opposition is. Mops, you are so spot on. All right, Melanie Rose, sending you a big fat hug. I greatly appreciate you being here. And you know what? I am so very fortunate because everybody who is in the chat, like, this is our tribe. These are like-minded individuals who celebrate the positive things that are going on. We don't claw over top of each other to get to the top. We're all in it together and celebrating all of the wins. All of the wins. All right. Oh, shiny gems. Oh, girlfriend. All right. Let me pull yours up. I am interested to find out, like, seriously, what is going on with you? Okay. Let me turn up my buy wheel here. All right. Gay Magician, thank you for sending your heart out to her. I'm telling you, sending her strength and warmth and peace, that's what this community is about. Like, seriously, this is us finding each other and supporting each other. And it's Aquarius energy. It is through airwaves of how do we find our tribe. All right. Okay. Oh, friend group blew up, but also entering a new job. Okay, shiny gems. I'm super excited about this. Like, let's dive into this. All right, girlfriend, let's talk. All right, I want to talk about, okay, Jupiter here. I want to talk about this. I'm sorry about the friend group. I'm truly sorry about the friend group. Although, like, we did talk about that. All right. Yes, Mupsy, she is part of our tribe. All right, Che, shiny gems, sorry. Okay, so we have Jupiter now going direct. Jupiter in your 9th house is, I am now free to connect with other like-minded individuals that are far and wide. Remember the 9th house is visas, passports, it's foreign people, places, and things. It's travel, it is education, religion, philosophy, beliefs, it's dreams, it's cultural experiences. And so we knew, because we when we last talked on Patreon, that friend group, it is no longer going to be a viable option. Remember that anytime anything crosses Pluto's path, Pluto, like, literally obliterates it and makes it go away so far away that it dissolves and then is turned into fertile soil for something else to grow. I love this because the 5th house for you is about, I'm ready to give birth to something else. Giving birth to the new job, giving birth to new friends. Remember, the 5th house is about where I want to invest. It's love, and it's beauty, and it's pleasure, and it's seeking those things. And you have the Sun and Mercury here. I, Shiny Gems, am seeking out alternative fun, joy, pleasure, exotic, unique, something that's not traditional, and not wanting to be, like, tied down, the way that you're going to communicate. I love the idea that you're going to be starting this new job, and because I really think it's going to lead into something else. Like, we know it's going to lead into something. If this is not going to be the one, we know that it's going to be something that comes after this one. This literally, sometimes a new job and a new group or a new club or a new organization that takes us away from the old, it's kind of like that, what do you call that, boomerang, like, relationship. It's that one that gets you over the hump so you can forget about that. And sometimes they last a little bit longer, and sometimes they're just enough to get us out of our funk and into something new. I'm going to be honest with you. You were overqualified to be in that group. You were doing the work of the group that you're going to be doing for your job. And so focus on this new job and expand your horizons with these friends. I'm excited. Jupiter in your 9th house is going to bring you these connections with people, with Jupiter, publishing. Like, come on, that's like right down your alley. Writing. It's in the sign of Gemini, doing multiple different things. Writing, publishing, classes, workshops. This Jupiter moving direct is like your sign to say yes to. I want to bring your attention to the North Node conjunct Neptune. I, Shiny Gems, need to make sure that I have healthy boundaries. I need to make sure that the energy that I am giving out, that I'm working on myself before I'm giving to others. It's a lot of, it is, I know it's a publishing company, and the anger has given me the urge to, look, you have it in you. Mercury and Aquarius it's putting your thoughts and ideas and like getting those things out there. It's in a harmonious aspect to Uranus here. Like it's setting it up for success. This is what is the focus. That's okay. This is going to become exact. I want to share a little bit about this. This is going to become exact on February 18th. Right now we have the North Node, the direction that you're supposed to be going. Shiny Gems, I need to make sure that I'm taking care of myself mentally, physically, spiritually. I cannot let other people take my energy. Pisces is very watery. I have a bellyache. Is that my bellyache or is that yours? I have a headache. Is it because this room is tense and stressful? You are you are around people that you're soaking up their stuff and making sure that you're, whatever it is that you do for self-care. The North Node in Neptune is, I have to give myself self-care. And Saturn is going to bring the restrictions and limitations of making you feel like crud until you do. What's going to join this Pisces puddle here is Mercury's going to come over. Mercury's going to be here on February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day. And Mercury is like, I'm all up in my feels, I'm watery, I'm like saying it, feeling it, loving it, doing it. And then when the sun comes in, it's literally a Pisces puddle. I want to give to you. I want to care for you. I want to be taken care of. And it's all of this watery energy. And Saturn is the only thing there that's saying, we need to ground some of this in. And I need to make sure that I take care of myself and I put this plan into place. And that when I'm asked to work over, that I don't. That when I'm asked to do these things, I can do them. But first I have to check in with, where is my mental state? Where is my physical state? I have to take care of me. You did end up sick and you're pretty certain it's not a virus. Oh, I'm sure it's just stress. Oh, I'm sure. Our last live on Patreon, like, I could feel it. And then I was like sending you all kinds of love and like, but like I could feel it because you have your South Node in Scorpio. Remember, you come from a place of knowing it, feeling it, and your North Node is moving into a direction of, I have to ground my energy. I can't have all this water. What do I do with it? Remember that you have Uranus, like it's like right here on top of your North Node saying, I'm going to make you so uncomfortable that you will let go. North Node, think of a bull in a pasture. The bull does not want to get up. The bull does not, like, until all the grass is eaten, the bull does not want to get up. Your North Node is in Taurus. You don't want to have to change. You have to be made so uncomfortable that change is the only option. And that's rough. Okay, I'm just telling you that I have North Node in Taurus too. So I'm speaking from experience. Know that what I'm saying comes from love. And so having the North Node means that you will be all up in your feels and everything will hurt so bad that it's like on a core level. And then it's like, okay, I have to make this decision. It's self-preservation. That's what the North Node conjunct Neptune is. Self-preservation. You need to do you. You need to be thinking about you. Where do you want to go for your job? How do you find this balance between home and work? What does all of this mean to you? Like, you now have, and let's talk about where we're going with this. Venus has just entered into the sign of Aries. Venus is the goddess of love and beauty, and she wants to bring everything together. Know that what you're bringing together now, this is not about cattery. This is about things that are new now. So this is new people that can be with clients. This can be new partnerships with, remember that the seventh house is contractual promises. It's how you handle conflict in legal matters. The seventh house represents, it's all of your one-on-one relationships. Venus is covering an area of your life that she's going to retrograde. Be in control of the retrograde, knowing that each of these clients that you are meeting, that you are collaborating with, your contracts, your negotiations, you might have to go back and refine or redefine them and be in charge of that. You can be the one, Aries, this Aries energy of, you know, this isn't working. I want to renegotiate this, instead of just ripping up the contract, because Venus angry comes in like a scorned woman and just shreds everything. Venus in Aries it's cutting, but be in charge of the cutting. Know that that what you're doing now, you're moving forward with this new job and things like, and these people that you're meeting, which I absolutely love, but know that there might have to be some cutting or some severing of, and it could be that part has ended. Like, if a client no longer needs my service, then we end the service. We cut it, we sever it. Not all cuts are bad. Some can be healthy. And so I'm encouraging you to pay attention to what is going on now all the way through February. Pay attention to the new connections that you make. Pay attention to your health. Like having the North Node, we've talked about this, having your North Node in your sixth house is going to be the next 18 months. If you are not totally in tune, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, psychically, sexually, like if you are not in tune to your body's going to let you know. And it will break down somehow, some way, in order for you to say, pay attention, be in alignment. Be in alignment. Like, yeah, be in alignment, girlfriend. All right, I'm going to read the comments. So, get ready to leave my current job instead of just doing both jobs at the same time? Well, okay, let's talk about that for a second. Mars is still retrograde. I believe that when Mars does go direct, you're going to be making a decision. Mars stationing retrograde through your 10th house has you cutting and severing and removing things that are just not up to your par. And if you're able to coast right now, coast until Mars goes direct. When Mars stations direct, it'll be, I am going to take control over the direction of where I want to go and what do I want to cut and sever. Nobody else is going to cut and sever it, if that makes sense. All right. Yeah, it's not going to blow up in your face. Yeah. All right. Sue loves astrology. I'm so glad that you guys are here. All right. I'm hoping all of this, let me look if there's anything else I want to, oh, okay. I'm going to give you like, I want to talk one more heads up. All right. Here's the sun. You're going to have a full moon. Square Uranus. All right. Remember full moons. They're highly emotional. They reveal things that were once hidden. We didn't see it. It was like, and it's in your 11th house. My hopes, my wishes, my dreams, my goals, and my connections, my shared creativity, my social circle. A full moon in your 11th house could be the job is done, the project is done. Or I have literally gone through my phone or through groups or organizations and say, I no longer resonate with that, and I'm going to clear the cache on some of these things. The square comes with Uranus, which is on top of your North Node, and it is creating some things that are uncomfortable. There could be some loose ends. Literally, I think it's some of the people that were in that group that you thought were friends that didn't stand up to be friends, and it might be an ending of some of those. It can also be an ending of places where you volunteered, because remember the 11th house is humanitarian efforts. Think back 6 months, because this is a full moon of something that the sign of Leo is very prideful. It's about joy and pleasure and creativity, and it's fun and like all of these things. It's the square to Uranus that's the zinger, that is like, oh, I have to let go of this in order to move towards my north node, in order for me to heal. Remember, the 8th house revolves around topics of healing after loss. And so how are you going to heal after getting rid of, like, more? It could be revealing a little bit more, like maybe some people from that group who you thought were some of your friends, or it could be the end of a project, the end of something that, it could be you finalizing some things. Like, this is my goal. I finally got it. Yeah. I'm hoping this makes sense. I'm hoping all of this makes sense. Yeah, let me look. Like, this full moon is just not one of my most favorites. It's, you know, and as a Leo, I love a full moon, but this one is not as joyful and playful. This one is filled with a little bit of shock, surprise. And I'm going to add that the shock and surprise, remember the 8th house, think of wounding, and think of when the bandage is off. It offers us an opportunity to air it out and heal it and move on. I look at this square for you as creating resiliency. That, yes, there was this great group that you were part of, and this job that you belong to, and you're going to be moving on because you've grown, you've evolved, you've changed, and you'd have stayed. You'd have been complacent. And shiny gems, that's not you. You are supposed to be the wave maker. The Uranus conjunct your north node is, I have to make the change. And Uranus in Taurus is an earthquake, because you don't change unless there is an earthquake. You would have become complacent. And so now, how do I become resilient? And we know that you are extremely resilient because of your 2nd house being loaded with everything. We know you're not the same person that you were, and that abundance comes to you when you allow it. When you allow it. Remember, North Node in Pisces. Self-care. Self-care, girlfriend. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. All right, sending you a hug. Sending you all kinds of love coming your way. Let me check the cue here. Mupsy, they all just conjuncted in my 3rd house, yes. Led by the stars. Okay, new career journey is always exciting for everybody. Yep. All right, so I want to, sorry, here we go, transit mother. Hold on. All right, I do not have anybody else left in the queue, so I want to thank all of you for coming out, for joining me tonight. I greatly appreciate it. It's taking your Tuesday and spending some time with you means the world to me. If you want to learn more, I would love if you could just join me on my Patreon. It's we do 2 lives, and I do like a daily update, and it's more of an intimate, where we are all on Zoom, and we have, like, you can see everybody, and we have open communication. I'm trying to create a space on Patreon where we are finding our tribe, and we can be in our own home to find our tribe, because that's Piscean energy. It's moving towards the collective and healing and embracing. So whether it's mine or somebody else's, I am wishing you all love. And so I cannot wait to see you again in 2 weeks. Bye.